Exactly.
Oh boy, we got a maiden voyage going on here. That's good stuff. We'll go easy on you.
Perfect.
Let's see, make sure I got you on here. Let's turn this thing around. Facebook. You there? Let's just let you go right like that.
Okay, perfect.
Are you on? Because I can't see.
I can see. Yep, I'm right there.
Okay, let's get you right there. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show live again across 20 counties here on WETB AM 790, covering, of course, Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, Western North Carolina, and even parts of Eastern Kentucky. I know we can pick us up in Jenkins, Kentucky, and so wherever you are, thank you for being with us. Also, we're on Facebook Live, and this handsome rascal's on the camera. His first ever radio media interview. How about that? I love those kind of first, because we're going to do him proud. He's going to do us proud. From Knox Carter High School down in Knoxville, Adam Grigsby. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Like you said, first interview, so really excited to do this and talk a little bit about Cardinals baseball, some things that we have coming up for the 2017 season, and obviously get some fans out to the ballpark, hopefully.
Talk from the promotional side of things, and you had some great promotional nights last year and planning to do a lot more this year. Tell me about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year, like you said earlier, we set a new attendance record throughout the whole 2017 season. We had some great promotions that really drew the fans out in big numbers. Our bobblehead nights, our bro tank giveaways, had a couple T-shirt giveaways with Alex Reyes, and then we obviously followed that up with a bobblehead of Alex Reyes. So people really drew to that. Obviously, the 2016 Appalachian League Championship doesn't really hurt. So we're going to play a lot of things that we do off of that to get the crowd involved, to get those people a part of that championship experience. So we got a few things up our sleeves. We're definitely doing a bobblehead night again. We're going to do another Alex Reyes giveaway T-shirt. And then we got a few more things up our sleeves that we haven't nailed down yet, but hopefully during the opening homestand, we're going to have a really great giveaway that people are probably going to fall in love with, and they'll be out there in big numbers. And then two, we're going to go back to the basics as well with a couple firework nights. Those really get the family and friends out there to the ballpark, the young families with their kids on Friday and Saturday nights. So really just going to play off last year, keep the things that worked, and try a few new things as well.
Of course, if you're out there and you're a corporate person, doesn't sound right. If you're a business owner, I guess, and you want to be involved as far as a corporate night, there are some of those available, but they're filling up fast, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a great response, and really the renovations that we've done at the stadium with the addition of the perch, the new turf that we got, the Wi-Fi throughout the ballpark, just the fan amenities that we've been able to put in the past season has really drawn those corporations and businesses to come out to TVA Credit Union Ballpark and be a part of that fun atmosphere. So those are going fast. We have, obviously, the perch is where we put most of our group outings. Those are going fast. We've already filled up 10 dates out of the 34 home games.
Wow.
So we're sold out there on 10 days. And then as far as the outfield wall signs, the program ads, the pocket schedules that we put 50,000 out throughout the community, those are going fast as well. So obviously, we want to be a part of the community. We want to have a big outreach in the Tri-Cities as a whole, not just Johnson City. And so, yeah, if there's any companies out there, or corporations, anything like that we can help out to make your business grow, we would love to be a part of that.
Website is jccardinals.com. We're talking to Adam Grigsby, the assistant general manager to the Johnson City Cardinals, or for the Johnson City Cardinals. Again, you look at opening night, which is not that far away. The Bristol Pirates come to town to get it started on the 22nd of June. Again, it's a ballpark that's family friendly by virtue of how you can watch the games there. It's a great place to watch a game. And then, as you said, you build promotions around family-oriented type events, so it's good for the little people and for the grown-ups, and so everybody wins, right?
Yeah, and absolutely. And to go off that, obviously for those people that don't know, that we don't really have anything to do with the actual team. We don't get to pick the players. St. Louis actually sends those players down to us. So what we really control, Tyler and myself, inside the ballpark is the atmosphere. And we could lose 16-1, we could win 16-1. We have no decision or no help on how the team does. But what we control is the atmosphere, so that's what we want to do. We want to do the crazy games with the world's largest underwear race. We want to do the dizzy bat race, the pie your dad in the face, and to get those fans engaged and involved and feel a part of the team as well. And then, like I said, luckily St. Louis has sent us some great players, and we were able to to finish off our season with the championship. So it was a perfect season last year, to say the least.
The world's largest underwear race, is that right?
Yes. If you haven't seen it, you need to come out and check it out. 4 kids get in a pair of underwear that 5 or 6 feet wide, and then it's kind of like the sack potato race back in the day, and just kind of a new twist on it. And kids are tripping over each other, falling down, and everyone's laughing, having a good time. So we definitely like to do those things. And then obviously with their fan amenities as far as concessions and beer choices, we're really trying to grow that because craft beer in Johnson City is a big thing. And obviously to get those young professionals out from the Tri-Cities and Kingsport and Bristol to come out to the party deck and do those type of things is huge for us.
Alex Reyes was here. Of course, we got a story that he does have to unfortunately undergo Tommy John surgery. He's done for the year. But there's been some other prospects come through Johnson City that got big time written on them. Reyes obviously was being counted on heavily by the Cardinal organization to do good. That's not going to happen this year, and so he'll begin rehab right after his surgery. But there are some other kids or young men that have come through that kind of got big time written on them. Who do you feel like that's been on the club last year that you feel like may have a legitimate shot down the road of getting into the big club?
Yeah, so one immediately that actually is fulfilling that dream. He's not with the Cardinals anymore, but our shortstop, Alan Cordoba. He actually was picked up on the Rule 5 draft for the San Diego Padres. So he is actually on the 40-man roster for the MLB team at, I think he may be 18 or 19 years old. So a huge step for him. Hopefully he'll continue that success and be able to stay on the 40-man roster. But I think two that stick out to me would be our third baseman, Bryce Denton, and then our catcher, Andrew Kisner. They were consistent all through the year, great defense, could hit the ball really well. And on top of that, they were good guys. And that's the people that you want to see make it to the MLB. Obviously, in every industry and in every sporting event, you have those people that they think the world should be given to them. But these two guys, they were very humble when they came to Johnson City and worked really hard. And I think those two guys will have a shot at making the MLB roster a couple years down the road. And then J.R. Davis from Oklahoma State, he came in a little bit later, but he was our second baseman and just an athlete, really quick, consistent. He was second in the batting title this year behind Alan Cordoba. So huge pickups for us, and I think that's really why we were able to win the championship. And those guys are down in Jupiter, Florida right now, and for spring training. They just reported last week. And for those of you who don't know, we did win the championship, and we're getting our rings here in the next week or two, and then we'll get to fly down there with our owners and ownership group, and we'll do a ring ceremony at a spring training game. So it's going to be an awesome event for me, obviously, and then for all those players and coaching staff that put in the hard work to win that championship.
Going to present the rings. That's going to be a special moment. And, of course, I'm sure when they get back up here when the season starts at some point, you'll in some way, shape, or form honor them from last year as well.
Exactly.
The Appalachian League champion Johnson City Cardinals, jccardinals.com. Also on Monday nights, is it Monday night or Tuesday night, you have the Buck Night, which it's a big, big hit where everything's $1. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's a huge event. That's $1 Mondays. Pretty much as soon as you walk up to the gate, everything inside the ballpark's $1. Popcorn, candy, soda, hot dogs, chips, tickets, you name it. And we even have $1 Natty Light. So for those of the people that want to drink some alcohol, we'll have some cheap choices out there as well. But that's a huge night for us. That's one of our biggest nights throughout the whole year, and we have 4 of those looking at the calendar right now. Obviously, our schedule is a little bit different. We're on a rotational schedule, and we are fortunate to have several Friday and Saturday night games, and those are obviously the big nights because kids are out of school, their parents want to do something on the weekend, so they come out and catch a game, whether we're doing the bobblehead giveaway, which will be on a Friday, our fireworks nights are on a Saturday. So we have some great promotions, and definitely we'll probably release that here in the next month because we're still finalizing that schedule. But we're going to have some great days out there, and obviously $1 Mondays, that's kind of the highlight of the week. So
safe to say, built-in rivalries of the Johnson City Cardinals are the Elizabethton Twins and the Kingsport Mets. Is that kind of a given?
Yeah, absolutely. Kingsport. So before I was here, I was with the Tennessee Smokies, and got here, and Elizabethton, I didn't really know too much about the league because I was new to the area. But when they come to play us, there's cowbells, there's fans yelling back and forth. It's all in good nature. It's part of sports. And we played them in the first round of the playoffs, and I'd never felt an atmosphere like that. And I've been to professional games and things like that. But for 2,000 people to be in that stadium and to be yelling and screaming at the umpires and the opposing team, it was a great atmosphere, and that's what we like. So I would definitely say Elizabethton's number one. Kingsport is number two just because of the proximity, and then you go from there, and it's definitely Greenville. Bristol, I mean, they're kind of on their own. I don't think there's a big rivalry there, but those three that I just mentioned, those would definitely be the top three rivalries.
Twins, Mets, and Astros. And they come calling, everybody kind of gets the dauber up and gets a little extra zip in their step because they're coming, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
there you go.
It's a fun night for those games, and we played Kingsport at home, we played Greenville, and we got Elizabethton. So definitely have to come out for those games to check out some baseball and get the atmosphere as well.
There you go. Home games at 7 o'clock Monday through Saturday, and then Sundays at 6 o'clock. We keep talking, here it is February, but I promise you it'll be here before you know it. And you know that because you're out there trying to put together promotions, and you look at the calendar, and you're not that far away from June, which is a good thing. On a cold day like today, I'm ready for some June hot weather. So jccardinals.com is where you need to go. And again, you can give them a call. That phone number is 461-4866, the number to call. If you want to talk to Adam and say, hey, we're interested in getting involved in the Cardinals, and what kind of numbers for folks out there from a corporate standpoint, what kind of numbers clicked the turnstiles last year?
So as far as attendance? So throughout the year we did set a new franchise record in attendance. Out of all the games, including playoffs, we had a little over 53,000 people through the gates. So a huge success for us as far as attendance, and that's really what we were trying to bring up as an organization from 2015 to 2016. And then averaging on a nightly basis a little over 1,600 fans through the gates. So it was a great year. Obviously, we want to build on that. We were second in attendance throughout the whole Appalachian League. And Pulaski, they were number one. They put $8 million into their stadium, and I think they had about 3,000 more fans than us. But it was a great year, and obviously with the buzz that we have with the new turf and the championship and setting the attendance record, we think we're going to shatter that this year.
There you go. So if you're a business owner going working on invest some money, you may want to consider the Johnson City Cardinals again for 2017. jccardinals.com. Adam's the phone call away at 461-4866. I appreciate you. So this is your first ever interview. How'd it go? You all right?
I think I did good.
I think you did great.
Hopefully I didn't scare anyone away.
No, I think you did great.
Just talking a little bit about baseball, and like you said a second ago, I think we're probably 130 days out, but it will be here before we know it.
Absolutely.
The players, they arrive about a week before. Some of them are in the College World Series when they get drafted, and they come straight here. They train here at the stadium for about a week, and then it's go time, show and go. So
show and go.
It will be here before we know it. So yeah, if there's any businesses out there that would like to start those conversations, definitely feel free to give us a call. If there's any families out there that want to bring the family out for a couple nights throughout the year, definitely give us a call. We'll be able to help you out, and hopefully we'll see everyone out there in the 2017 season.
Great job, my friend. Come back anytime.
All right, sounds good. I will.
You have passed the test with flying colors. Come back anytime.
Plus, I get to see this $94,000 Corvette over here. So
got your name written all over it.
Exactly. I think I may buy it when I leave here.
Get a big silver G, put it down in the front of that. We'll drive out here with actually a big red G for Grigsby.
Yeah,
Cardinal
exactly.
red.
Exactly.
Look good. You'd be cruising down the highway.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, good man right there. Adam Grigsby again with the Johnson City Cardinals. You can go to jccardinals.com to find out more about that. And we appreciate him very much stopping by here. You say, Tom, it's February. Why are you talking baseball? Well, number one, spring training has started. Pitchers and catchers are in on all the big clubs, and full squad workouts start tomorrow. Games start next week, so baseball is upon us. And number two, it's quality of life. Not many cities in America can say they got minor league baseball or baseball, professional baseball, big league or otherwise. And so, hey, it's a chance to showcase the Appalachian League, in this case, the Johnson City Cardinals. And again, Adam did that very well. jccardinals.com. Find out more about Cardinal baseball 2017 here in Johnson City. Quick break. We'll be right back. We got our segment, Sweet Georgia Brown and college basketball coming up. We got college hoops. We had some upsets again last night. We've got high school basketball. It is tournament time. There's tournaments going on in both Tennessee and Virginia, all over the place. We'll tell you about that. And also, we'll check in about the NBA. They've got a light night tonight, then everybody's going to stop play for the next 4 or 5 days. It's the NBA All-Star Weekend in New Orleans, so we'll tell you about that as well. So our basketball segment coming up next. Later on, we'll hear from Denny Hamlin. What does it mean, and was it a life-changing experience for him to win the Daytona 500 last year? And he said absolutely, and it's interesting comments. Yesterday we had Dale Jr. and Kyle Busch, and today it's Denny Hamlin. And again, his comments are interesting from the standpoint of how your life changes immediately when you win, bring home the checkers of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. They're celebrating their 10th anniversary. We'll be right back with more right after you hear this on Facebook Live at AM 790 WETB. It was a great interview.
I appreciate it, guys.
Folks, you just heard radio history on Facebook Live. Adam Grigsby, his first ever interview. So now he's in. He's on the team, so we can either get him or Tyler anytime to come in and talk about the Cardinals. And so very, very good job from this young man who, as I tell everybody, if I can do this, anybody can do this. So he did a great job, and we appreciate him coming by. So jccardinals.com or 461-4866 and ask for Adam, and he can sit down with you if you're a business owner out there and are interested in getting involved in a team that clicked the turnstiles to the tune of 53,000 last year. That's pretty strong for an Appalachian League. And given the fact you only had, 36 dates?
36 dates.
36 home dates. So you can do the math. So plus, and you know in good old East Tennessee weather, in the summertime you got thunderstorms, usually right 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it heats up and has a thunderstorm right before game time. So despite the summertime showers that we have around here, still had 53,000, which is very, very strong. So great job. We appreciate Adam very, very much, and so looking forward to having him back on a regular basis. So again, go to TomTaylorSports.com, share us and like us. Yesterday's show at Chick-fil-A had 2,283 viewers on Facebook. That doesn't count Twitter, doesn't count the radio. So continues to grow. Like us and share us. Thanks to Appalachian Digital. We appreciate them very much doing our social media. So like us and share us, and you have been. So let me pull things together here. We've got a basketball segment coming up next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We'll be right back here in just a few. Excellent job, sir.
All right,
excellent,
I appreciate
excellent.
it.
So,
is that it? Is that all she wrote?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
You're a free bird,
I appreciate you.
as Leonard Skinner sings. So,
I appreciate it. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was great.
So, maybe my guy can work a miracle back in the station and burn a CD and give you your first ever radio interview.
That'd be great. We'll play it over the PA at the stadium. All right, Mr. Taylor, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a good one.
I'll be back in touch.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be back out here in a couple
weeks. You will be. You're in, brother. Thank you very much.
These people are good to their word. $11.
10
Including
seconds.
tax. Isn't that something?
I'm sorry?
Oil change, $11.
There you go. You can't beat that.
I tell you. Here's my next card.
Back again at the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Our buddy Wayne Brown's in here. Did you get you a burger? They started the burger ship back there?
They're getting them ready.
They're cooking?
He said they're getting them ready.
They're getting them ready. He's in here to get him a burger because we're celebrating our 10th anniversary, again, of Champion Chevrolet. It's free food all day long. I think it's going to crank up at noon, I think they told me, till 6 o'clock tonight. So if you're in the vicinity, why would you not come by here and help celebrate the birthday? It's free. A free burger, get you some free lunch. Again, there's no strings attached. Just come in here and stop by and get you a burger. Is it burgers, Jay? Is that what they're doing? Yeah, burgers and I think some barbecue. So whatever it is, it's free and it's good. Can't beat it. So from Bare Bones Barbecues, who's putting it on today. It is time now for our basketball segment, Sweet Georgia Brown. Here we go. I love that. Man, oh man, oh man. I can listen to that all day long. Ben, somehow we can get that on my phone. I don't know how I've talked about that before, and you're the electronic magic man. Somehow we can get this when somebody rings my phone, you hear Sweet Georgia Brown. Can you do that? Is that? Yeah, probably. Get old Zeb to do that for me over at Sprint. Our buddy Zeb Copas. So anyway, here we go. College basketball last night. A couple of upsets. Again, it's going to be a crazy tournament. I'm going to tell you right now. March Madness is going to be awesome because it looks to be, outside of Gonzaga, anybody's tournament right now. Last night, Arkansas goes into Columbia, South Carolina, knocks off the Gamecocks. 21st ranked, 83-76 was the final. A 7-point win for Arkansas, who's only, they're 20-7 now. I say only, but 20-7. In fact, South Carolina falls to 20-7 that game last night. So it was Arkansas with that victory. Also, you have Creighton. The Blue Jays went on the road into Seton Hall to battle the Pirates and lost 87-81. Creighton falls to 21-5. Seton Hall improves to 16-9. Other ball games, Mark Gottfried in trouble at North Carolina State. Why do you ask? Because they got blown out by 24 last night by the North Carolina Tar Heels. And so I think that ratchets up the red flag, I think, in Raleigh. 97-73 the final there. 23rd ranked Maryland defeated Northwestern by 10, 74-64. 18th ranked Cincinnati, the Bearcats go into South Florida and beat the Bulls by 14, 68-54 last night. Other ball games, you had the 24th ranked Butler Bulldogs, no problem with St. John's, beat them by 24, 110-86. Duke, good one, in Charlottesville, tied for most of the game, but the Dukies pull away. They go to 21-5 on the season. 12th ranked Duke defeats Virginia 65-55 in Charlottesville. And then 19th ranked SMU beat Tulane by 5 last night, 80-75. And top 25 college basketball from last night. Tonight, got a lot of them going on. Number 1 ranked Gonzaga at home against the Dons of San Francisco. San Francisco 18-9 could be interesting. Gonzaga, of course, 26-0, the number 1 team in the country. 5th ranked Arizona goes to Washington State tonight. Arizona 23-3. They've won over Washington State 11 consecutive times. 7th ranked Oregon hosting Utah tonight. The Ducks are 22-4. They'll be at home against Utah. Also, you have 11th ranked Wisconsin. Wisconsin plays at Michigan tonight in the Big Ten. Badgers at 21-4. The Wolverines at 16-9. Also tonight, men's top 25 play, you've got St. Mary's hosting Loyola. St. Mary's at 22-3 on the season. That's your top 25 basketball coming up tonight. As we told you, North Carolina State coach Mark Gottfried in trouble. I think the red flags are flying pretty strong in Raleigh. 6th straight loss, which turns up the heat on the embattled coach. Wasn't as bad as the 51-point loss to the Tar Heels last month, the second most lopsided result in series history, but this one might sting a little bit more. It was an opportunity missed for Gottfried, who could have used a victory to quiet the Wolves, no pun intended, because the Wolfpack is 14-13 and only 3-11 in the ACC. So the second 24-point loss in a week's time, and another reminder just how far this team has drifted from preseason expectations. Carolina goes to 22-5 and 10-3 in the ACC, but Mark Gottfried very much on the hot seat for the North Carolina State Wolfpack as the head coach. NBA play last night. My Spurs go into Orlando and hammer the Magic by 26. The world champion Cavaliers 113-104 over the Pacers. Celtics win. The Pistons win last night. You had the Toronto defeating the Hornets by 5. Miami goes into Houston, wins by 8 last night. It was Milwaukee beating the Nets by 4. Other winners, Oklahoma City by 11 over the Knickerbockers. Minnesota wins over and at Denver 112-99. It was the Clippers beating the Hawks by 15 on the left coast, 99-84. Golden State blowout on the Kings of Sacramento by 23, 109-86 the final there. It was Portland and Utah. The Jazz got them 111-88. The Lakers going to Phoenix, hate that for them. Lakers get beat by 36 points, 137-101. There's definite troubles in Los Angeles for the Laker franchise, no question. Boy, they have really stumbled of late. And the Lakers right now at 19-38. They're 28 games out of first place, and they got beat by 36 last night on the road to Phoenix. I think Luke Walton's days may be numbered as the head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. I read where Magic Johnson's back in the fold as a consultant to the team. So look for changes, I think anyway, on the Laker coaching staff because they are not getting it done. Only 2 games tonight, Washington and Indiana. The Celtics in Chicago to battle the Blackhawks. And then everything else, Friday, Saturday, Sunday's the All-Star game in New Orleans. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's no games until next week, 7 days from today after tonight. And again, the Wizards in Indiana tonight and the Celtics at Chicago, and everybody else is off. Again, the All-Star weekend this weekend, the NBA All-Star weekend we're speaking of in New Orleans. So after that, they pick back up next Thursday. It's the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We'll take a quick break, come right back. We got high school basketball. We got a ton of it to tell you about. We've got the boys and girls tournament play in both Tennessee and Virginia. And so we want to take a break, come right back, and jump in and tell you all about that. Also, the Bucks get a big win last night at home against Samford. We'll tell you all about that. Lady Bucks on the road to Western Carolina tonight, and the Lady Vols on the road in Alabama to take on the Lady Crimson Tide. So those 2 games happening tonight involving women's college basketball. And so, again, the Lady Bucks play at Western Carolina And again, the Lady Vols on the road at Alabama. High school basketball tournament play. We'll break it down for you who did what and who had big games last night, boys and girls, right after this. We're live with Champion Chevrolet celebrating the 10th anniversary here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on AM 790 WETB and also on Facebook Live. Thank you, sir. Man, I'm embarrassed about that stupid strip bar. God, I could have thrown at this window. Jacked me up over little things. All right, let's set our timer, my friends. 15 minutes, all right. So we got Carmichael and Hamlin and Michael Smeltzer. See if we can get all this pulled together real quick. Hello on Facebook Live. Again, TomTaylorSports.com. Share us and like us, and you have been, and we appreciate that. So, very much. Come back and be Sweet Georgia Brown again. Everything going good for you over there this morning? Guess what I'm going to go buy today? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. What are the odds two of the outlets go bad? I mean, give me a break. Oh, I forgot to set the timer at 15, so it's probably past 15 now. We'll just set it at 14 go. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, broadcasting live at Champion Chevrolet again on this Thursday. Cold out there, blustery, but as you heard Ben say, into the 60s over the weekend. And I know we told you earlier, Johnson City schools are going to be closed tomorrow because of the flu and the sickness in Johnson City. And so they're off anyway on Monday for President's Day. A lot of the schools are, so give them an extra day to get healed up, if you will. A lot of the facilities are going to be, I'd say Food City's going to be selling a lot of bleach over the weekend. There are going to be a lot of folks bleaching and wiping stuff down with disinfectant, trying to get rid of this crud that's out there. A lot of the school systems are closed today, not for snow or winter weather, but for, as we said, for sickness. And Johnson City announcing just a little while ago they're going to be closed tomorrow as well, and, of course, Monday anyway for President's Day. Also reminding you, coming up on Monday, the Postal Service will be down. Banks will be closed on Monday for President's Day, so you are dealing with the Postal Service and or the banks. Just give you a reminder that Monday they're going to be closed for President's Day as well. Ben, what was you going to say, my friend?
Washington County schools are going to be closed tomorrow, and Johnson County is closed, and Elizabeth City schools are closed tomorrow also.
And Kingsport City schools will be closed again tomorrow as well. So now, what, does this count against them for snow days or not? Is that totally separate?
Well, they're required to be having so many school days a year anyway, so it really doesn't matter if it's snow days or whatever else it is. It's not already built into the schedule. They're going to have to make it up.
Yeah. Well, some of the systems have built-in school days because in case there is snows, I don't know how that worked, but I guess they'll let us know. But most of these schools are out for, not because of weather, as you said, but because of flu and sickness. So, and now Johnson City announcing that just earlier today, they're going to be out tomorrow as well. So, there you be. All right, Sweet Georgia Brown. Oh, yeah, that's by design. So they'll be off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So hopefully those things will clear up and folks, most of the kids go back to school on Tuesday of next week. As I said, a lot of the systems will be out anyway for President's Day. So anyway, let's roll it, sweet Georgia Brown. Here we go, high school basketball. Let's see what's going on. Tournament play from last night. It was Evan Scanlon having a big game for Daniel Boone. He had 18 points and 17 rebounds and 8 assists. How about that for the 6'4 senior, Evan Scanlon, as Daniel Boone eliminates the Sullivan Central Cougars from tournament play, 58-40 last night. And so Daniel Boone improves to 16-12. Chad Hegler also had 14 for Daniel Boone. Sullivan Central finishing up at 14-17. And so not a good night last night. They just came up a little short. But Derek McGee, and of course, they're dropping down to AA next year. So that's a big boost again for that basketball program. So Sullivan Central eliminated last night, as we said. Again, Evan Scanlon, a huge ball game, 18 points, 17 rebounds, 7 assists. And so he was a man among boys. And both of those teams had some guys out with flu. So they're kind of running on a limited team, but they ponied up and got them a big W. Boone moves on to play. We'll tell you who they're going to be playing on Friday night. Coming up here in just a minute. In the AA tournament at Unicoi County, Elizabethton eliminates Sullivan North 78-52. Jay Gregory, the coach at Sullivan North, has been out for sickness, and so we hope he bounces back and gets back soon to the program, even though they've been eliminated. So Elizabethton moves on. Michael Robinson led the Cyclones last night. They had big games from him, and so they move on. Tyler Arnold led everybody from Sullivan North to 23 points, knocking down 3 trays, and so he had a big night last night. So congratulations to the Elizabethton Cyclones. Are moving on in the AA tournament for the guys. The ladies also move on. Again, they defeat Sullivan North's ladies 64-35. Lady Cyclones now 13-13. And again, it was Shanoa Bradley finishing out Sullivan North's career with 12 points last night, and a losing cause for the Lady Golden Raiders of Chris Sally. So again, the ladies move on. In boys action, Southwest Virginia, again, AAA boys, Daniel Boone over Sullivan Central, 58-40. AA boys, Elizabethton 78, North 52. In Conference 40 tournament semis in Gate City, Blue Devils beat Lebanon by 22, 79-57. Union defeated Y Central 71-55. That sets up the big showdown tomorrow night at Gate City between those two for the championship. Number 1 Gate City, number 2 Union. And that'll be coming up tomorrow night at Gate City, and that place will be rocking tomorrow night. No question about that. Also, tonight, AAA tournament action, District 2, Jeff County and Morristown East at 7 o'clock, and Sevier County at Cock County at 7 o'clock. Jeff County, the number 4 seed, Morristown East, the number 1 seed. They'll play that at Morristown East, which is a really cool gym. That's one of those old throwback Hoosier gyms. That's a neat place to call a game and watch a game. Number 3, Sevier County tonight. The Smoky Bears will be at number 2, Cock County at 7 o'clock in Newport for the District 2 AAA Boys Tournament. Again, the Conference 48 tournament at UVA Wise tonight. The boys semifinals. Number 2, J.I. Burton takes on number 6, Rye Cove at 7 o'clock. Number 1 seeded Eastside will take on number 5, Thomas Walker in the Conference 48 tournament. And that'll tip it up at 8:30 tonight, again at UVA Wise in Southwest Virginia. Now, on the girls' side of things, Dobbins Minute survives the Volunteer Falcons 58-48. Again, young lady closing out her career. Boy, she is awesome. Me, oh my, she can play the game. And, of course, we're talking about Josie Salyer from Volunteer. Finishes her career at 1,262 points. She will move on to play at Emory and Henry. The other Falcon, Trinity Hammond, scored 11 points last night. Of course, it was a big win for Dobbins Minute and for Coach Bill Francis. We hope to have him on tomorrow, as we'll be live in downtown Kingsport for our Friday show there, as they got a big production last night from the Lady Indians to move on. As we said, the final score was 58-48. Also in the District 1 AA tournament, Elizabeth, as we said, beat Sullivan North 64-35. In the District 2 girls tournament, AAA, Morristown West ladies, of course, are ranked in the state. They blew out Cherokee 86-39. Morristown East ladies beat Jeff County 43-38 in girls high school basketball. In Southwest Virginia, the Conference 48 tournament coming up tonight, or actually from last night, Rye Cove's ladies beat J.I. Burton 45-37. Eastside's ladies over Castlewood 63-48. And so tonight, here's who's playing in the AA tournament at Unicoi County. Happy Valley's Lady Warriors take on Johnson County at 6:30, and the Lady Longhorns at 6:30. Then the host team, Unicoi County, the Lady Blue Devils, will take on the Sullivan South Lady Rebels at 8 o'clock tonight at Unicoi County High School. In Southwest Virginia, the Conference 40 tournament, at Y Central. John Battle and Ridgeview. John Battle's ladies ranked, or I should say seated 7th, will take on number 3 Ridgeview. That's at 6 o'clock tonight at Y Central. And then the number 1 seed, Y Central, takes on Union following that game. Both of those being played at Y Central tonight again for the girls basketball tournament play. So it is busy. Woo, it's busy, but that's what we like. It's that time of the year. It's basketball time, as John Ward would say, or football time in Tennessee. And so, again, big wins last night for the Lady Indians, are now 15-15 as Courtney Whitson and Jaden Fullen, I should say. I didn't tell you who did that. Sophomores Courtney Whitson and Jaden Fullen, 22-20 respectively, while Dobbins Minute. So you had 42. I think it's 58 points for DB coming from Courtney Whitson and Jaden Fullen. So obviously they can play the game. Here is the schedule, by the way, for tomorrow night for the AAA boys. Number 1 Science Hill, number 4 Crockett at 5:30. And Dobbins Minute, number 2 seed, and Daniel Boone, the number 3 seed, and that double dip tomorrow night at Science Hill High School. So that's going to be a good one. No question about that tomorrow night. In the AA tournament tomorrow night, for the guys, you've got Unicoi County and Johnson County at 6:30, and Happy Valley and Sullivan South tomorrow night, and Unicoi County at 8 o'clock. We'll talk more about that, of course, tomorrow. We'll be live at Food City in downtown Kingsport. Before we go to the break, T.J. Cromer forced a turnover in the closing seconds as Sanford was setting up for a potential game-winning shot. Bucks hold off and win 79-77 over Sanford, the Southern Conference game at Freedom Hall last night. ETSU improving to 21-6, 11-3 in the Southern Conference. They've got a big matchup on Saturday down in Chattanooga against the Moccasins. So, again, big win last night for T.J. Cromer and the East Tennessee State Buccaneers. 79-77, the final big win for the Bucks. 21-6 on the season, 11-3 in the SoCon. I think over 3,000 there last night at Freedom Hall to watch that one. So big night last night for the Bucks, getting a big win at home against the Sanford Bulldogs. And again, Glass had 16, Cromer had 16. That's your big scores and big guns last night for the Bucks as they win it, as we said, in front of 3,600 fans. Final score, Bucks 79, Sanford 77. We're 4 minutes away from the top of the hour. Again, let's run down real quick also before we go to the break as we get ready for Carmichael's in the house with a quiz show and talking baseball and whatever else he wants to talk about as we get ready to check in with my man coming up here in a few minutes. Last night, a light night in the National Hockey League. Colorado skates past Toronto 5-2. The Blues blanked Detroit 2-0. It was Calgary 3, Philadelphia 1. And again, the Panthers skate past San Jose 6-5. I've had several people thank me out when I'm out and about saying, man, thanks for giving hockey scores. I said, well, that's what we're here for. But he said, yeah, but this is not a big hockey area. But the fact you give out hockey scores, we appreciate that. Well, that's what I'm here for. Tonight, the Rangers and the Islanders will get after it in New York. Winnipeg skates at Pittsburgh, Ottawa, New Jersey. Colorado will be in Buffalo to skate against the Sabres, rather. Dallas skates in Minnesota. The Blues will host the Vancouver Canucks in St. Louis. Philadelphia skates at Edmonton, say that fast, Tom. Edmonton tonight. And Arizona will be at Los Angeles tonight as well in the National Hockey League. Predators don't skate again until Saturday. They'll skate in Minnesota against the Wild. So we'll keep an eye on the Predators. Actually, the guy beside me got me going. Started following hockey. Don't know anything about it, but it's still fun. And so we'll take a quick break. We're going to check in with Carmichael. He's here. He's got the quiz show. We'll get the very latest. The new chancellor's in town. She is coming out pretty quickly, and so we're going to make a quick decision about the athletic director search and the new AD at Tennessee. Also, we've got the spring football schedule for Tennessee football if you're interested in that, and I'm sure you are. And so we'll put Carmichael to work about the NBA, Major League Baseball, and we've got a lot of topics to cover, and we'll do that right after this as we hit to the top of the hour. Next hour, we're going to hear from Denny Hamlin. Again, the driver that won the Daytona 500, we'll hear from him. And also we'll hear from Michael Smeltzer from the Johnson City Football Club. All that straight ahead here on this 460th show of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live at Champion Chevrolet, our 10th anniversary. The balloons are out. Food's cooking back there, and so they're getting ready to unload it and let you have some free food in here as just kind of a drop by and say congratulations as they're celebrating their 10th anniversary, as back and forth they go every month with the dealership in Memphis as the #1 Chevrolet dealership in the entire state of Tennessee. They flat move the machines here at Champion. Carmichael joins us next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show as we go to the top of the hour. You're listening to AM 790 WETB, Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol. Carmichael's next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, a little bit better.
Feeling? But you were down, huh? Had the flu bug?
This flu bug has just been in the cough. I've still got the cough.
Mm.
I mean, my daughter's been sick. We passed it around, but then the last week or so, we were home all last week.
Mm.
She's still not doing well. My wife texted me earlier. She thought she might have to go to school, pick her up again. Today she went to school and that stuff just coming down out of her throat, in her stomach, making her stomach upset, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, twice, they said, we can keep her. Third time, you're going to have to come and pick her up.
How old is she?
14.
14.
Yeah, so she came in, did breakfast Tuesday morning, laid down on a little beanbag where they're in their classroom. She fell asleep. Next thing you know, she slept till like 11:30. She was still asleep. This just zapped her energy. And they told her to come, told my wife to come pick her up, and did that and took her home. And the wife luckily had some time off to where she could stay home with her Tuesday. But last week, she and I both were sick all week.
Well, but you're back. You're on the mend.
Back,
That's the
I'm
best
on the
part.
mend. Yeah, just getting over the cough. That's about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you need to get your. Nobody's actually told me for sure what they're cooking back there. I think barbecue, since it's bare bones barbecue, you would make that assumption. The burgers, looks like they're putting in high gear now here. So, we'll talk a little.
Trivia questions about the Clash.
Oh,
Daytona Clash.
oh, that's going to be embarrassing. Okay, so. Ben, let's set our timer, buddy. What we got? Just set it for 59. Get you out of, gives you an extra. Get it right now. Yeah, we got a smorgasbord to run through.
It's that time of year.
Oh yeah, baseball, AD search, some NBA. We're lining up the chairs. We'll have some folks in there. Seconds. I don't know if Mr. Dietrich's back or not. I don't see him. Mr. Copenhaver's back. They were at a meeting somewhere.
We've been trying to get an answer. John C. Schools are closed tomorrow. And normally when it happens weather related, we cancel everything.
Sure.
But
since it's sickness related,
I don't know, and I'm getting bombarded with questions from my boss in meetings, so I'm having to try to wait, run him down and find out.
The quest for perfect barbecue. Oh, yeah. Our buddies at Phil's Dream Pit. I think I got dinner out there tonight. I'm thinking I've got a hanker to get a little barbecue. Hey, we're live again at Champion Chevrolet. Hour number 2 upon us here. Coming up, we'll hear from Denny Hamlin. What does it do to a guy to win the Daytona 500? Does it change your life? Interesting what he has to say. Also, we'll be joined by Michael Smeltzer from the Johnson City Football Club a little bit later on. This is our 460th show. Big thanks to Appalachian Digital, never say it right, Digital. I know yesterday we had 2,283 viewers on Facebook. We appreciate that from Chick-fil-A. We always have a big crowd here. In fact, the biggest day we ever had on Facebook was over 6,000 here a couple of weeks back. So we always have a big crowd that watches this particular show, and we're here, and we appreciate that. Tomorrow we'll be at Food City in downtown Kingsport on Clinchfield Street. He is here with a suit jacket on. Look at decked and got him some blue shoes on. He's like Elvis. We got to get it.
I've got you a 10th anniversary present.
You got me a 10th anniversary present? It's probably a calculator. Because I tried to do something the other day on the air, and I embarrassed myself, and Dietrich said, God, how embarrassing. So if you take, here it comes. Oh, now I want you to make the presentation. You want to do it here in a minute?
Yes. Go ahead, right now.
All right, here we go. Here's the presentation. Are you on camera? There you go.
On behalf of Champion Chevrolet and our 10th anniversary, Tom really needs a calculator because his math is horrible. Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you. Oh. All right, here's the story. We're at Max Medismart the other day. They've got $20 candy, the hearts of candy. Carmichael's looking at it. Where are we going with this? $20 candy, 25% off. Okay? So I thought it was $2.50. Well, it's not. 25% of 20, it's be $5 off. So it was $15. Is that right? Yeah.
20 times 25. 20 times, yeah, 5, yeah.
$15. I said it was $17.50. Mr. Dietrich was listening, watching the show, and he immediately lit me up and said, your Western math is way off. So anyway, as a token of his friendship, on the camera you can see, by the way, it's a Food City calculator. It's a Food City calculator. It's a little 8-digit calculator. Thank you very much. So what Mr. Dietrich on here in a few minutes talking about this great 10th anniversary. We're joined by Carmichael. You're bringing up a good point. Classes are canceled tomorrow in Johnson City Schools. Typically when that happens, the Johnson City Parks and Rec, which is your day job, you cancel the games, so we don't know yet what's going on.
We don't know.
Right?
We're in a state of flux right now. We got some people in meetings. It's not only our basketball program that would be canceling, but also our community centers, Memorial Park, Carver, and Princeton Arts Centers also operate under the same premise. If the schools are closed due to weather, then we close. Our schedule there runs from like 10 to 5. We have a different schedule. We close at night. Well, I'm 55, almost 56 years old. I grew up. I'm a graduate of Science Hill and worked here in Johnson City just about all my life. I can never remember Johnson City schools being closed due to illness. This is a first for me.
There you go. It's first for a lot of people. Kingsport's closed. Ben ran them down for us. Washington County's closed. Johnson County's closed. I think Scott County schools are closed early this week. Sullivan County was. So it's out there. And with the built-in Monday for President's Day, they're figuring they can get in there and do a lot of bleaching and disinfecting and hopefully clear up whatever's keeping everybody sick. Teachers been checking out too. So
everybody, even this last week I've had, it's been, even with a flu shot, it's this year, it's been like, you know what, you just don't have it's going to get you one way or another.
We're talking to Carmichael. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Let's jump in here and go. The athletic director search, she is on board now. Beverly, I believe her name is Beverly Davenport, the new chancellor at the University of Tennessee, says we're not going to take long. We're going to get right after this and get a new person in there. And what do you think? You think it's Fulmer's job to say no to, or
no?
You don't think it's his?
No, I think they're going to hire somebody. They're going to hire a 21st century athletic director at Tennessee. And Phil, like it, love it, whatever you want to think about it, Phil Fulmer's not that. Phil Fulmer's the guy you want to go out there on the golf course and let him shake hands and try to raise money. But Phil Fulmer's not the guy you want to have in charge of your athletic department, especially an athletic department that's been through the ringer as much as Tennessee's athletic department has over the last 7 years.
Here's what she says. She, being Beverly Davenport, the new chancellor for the University of Tennessee, just started yesterday on a new job. She says, here's what I'm looking for. She says the qualities include administrative experience, management experience, people who have integrity, who will not budge on issues of compliance, who know compliance, who've dealt with tough compliance issues. Is that Philip Fulmer?
No.
Good.
The closest thing is he has managed a football program,
right,
and a successful one. But the rest of that compliance, none of that. So you're going to hire somebody who has had athletic administrative experience, and he's just not the guy.
So from a PR standpoint, because everybody thinks it's a foregone conclusion, he's the man. So if he does not get this job, this is, the way he left down there the first time with Johnny Majors and all that was kind of a
tense
departure.
He got in the job in the first place with Johnny Majors and the heart issues that Johnny had, and then the way he got bumped out. But he had, the last time, and here comes Lane Kiffin. But this is like, he's a great guy. You maybe find a role for him somewhere in your athletic administration, fundraising, if nothing else. But as far as running the whole show,
do you open it back up to Burns? Is it Burns, the young man from Chattanooga? Is that his name, David?
I think that's his name. I think that's one of the people you want. Or you open it up across the country, and maybe you find an assistant athletic director at a program, at a big-time program, that's not 100 years old. Not saying that that's a bad thing, but still, bringing Dave Hart in was, I don't know whose idea that was, because he was a lackey at Florida State. He was a lackey at Alabama. He had no real he was just somebody that was there.
Actually, I was wrong. It's David Blackburn, this young man at Chattanooga. I knew that had Burn in it. It's not Burns, it's David Blackburn, the other front runner. Again, Hart in August announcing he was stepping away as the athletic director. His retirement is official June 30th. Terms of contract allow Tennessee to hire a replacement before that date, put him on paid administrative leave if he receives 15 days written notice. So she wants to act quickly. So
And
Blackburn,
his name has never left. It's been out there for months. I mean, 3-4 months ago, they were talking about Blackburn making the move, and I think that's who you're going to see down there, I believe.
all right, but here's the other little hidden agenda here, not hidden agenda, little caveat, if you will. On this committee, they've got Peyton Manning, Jimmy Haslam, let's see, Board of Trustees member Charlie Anderson, Senior Associate Athletic Director Donna Thomas, and Business Professor Donald Bruce. Also, as we said, Peyton Manning, who you would think would be trumping for,
So to speak.
trumping for, this went blank, for Phil Fulmer, Jimmy Haslam. So
Peyton's been playing golf. He was out at Pebble Beach last week.
So if Beverly Davenport on her first official thing on the job, this is day number 2, if this thing goes south and she doesn't pick Fulmer, and these guys are on this committee, and I'm assuming they're in his corner, I don't know that, but I'm assuming that, then she just comes right out of the chute with some bad PR because Haslam's a big money guy, Peyton is who he is, and
Well, he's the guy. I'm trying to think. You got the governor and the owner of the Browns. Well, one guy's having trouble running the state of Tennessee, and the other guy can't run an NFL franchise. So why are you listening to those two to begin with? They're like in the Trading Places with Eddie Murphy, the two brothers, Don Amici and the other guy. They're the two brothers that everything goes south for them. So why are you listening to them?
we're talking to Carmichael.
Only time if you want to listen to Peyton, here's what you want to listen to Peyton. You want to listen to Peyton on how to play quarterback, or how to buy pizza, or nationwide, chicken parmesan is king.
Well, he carries a lot of clout, I will say that. And so I think what he has to say will go a long way. Public opinion is huge. And, of course, Peyton, if he gets behind somebody and says, this ought to be our guy, I don't know if he'll do that or not, but if he does, and then they don't go in that direction of who he recommends, then you've got a whole other PR nightmare. So we'll see how this one all continues to unravel and play out, if you will, in Knoxville with the athletic director search. Men's basketball team, Lady Vols, kind of up and down to say the least. Rick Barnes and the guys take one on the chin up in Kentucky the other night, so they got to bounce back and get ready for more SEC ball games. What's your take on the men's team and the Lady Vols right now?
Well, they're doing okay. I mean, they're not doing great, but the conference is just this is a bad basketball this is a bad top basketball conference the SEC is. I mean, you're going to get Kentucky in the tournament, and you'll probably get South Carolina in the tournament. But after that, you're going to struggle to get another SEC team in the tournament. I mean, this is really a bad conference, but they're doing well. They got on that roll a few weeks ago after they beat Kentucky and been playing well. I had a feeling going to Lexington they're going to come crash to earth, but they got a chance to bounce back Saturday against Missouri.
Next 2 at home, these are must-wins for Rick Barnes. They got to win Saturday against Missouri, and they've got to win next Wednesday night against Vanderbilt in Knoxville before you go on the road to battle South Carolina to kind of wrap things up. So they have got to win these next 2 ball games for the men's team for Rick Barnes. Bucks get a big win last night over Samford, 79-77 at Freedom Hall. They're now 21-6. 10 or 11-3 down in the Southern Conference. Big win for them. What's your take on the Bucks? 11-3 in the SoCon. What's your take on them?
They've got to get on a roll to try to win the Southern Conference tournament. You've only got one bid going to the NCAA. Now, if they finish, say, with 24, 25 wins, they got now. If they don't quite, and maybe they make it to the championship game of the Southern Conference tournament, then they got a real good chance of getting to the NIT, I think, this year.
Man, it smells good in here. Goodness gracious, it smells good. Ooh. Yes, sir, we're going to.
There are going to be a lot of SEC and Big Ten teams in the NIT this coming season. I think those are the 2 conferences that are going to take the biggest hit when the NCAA tournament's announced here in a few weeks.
Dr. Carmichael, speaking of the NIT, they've made rule changes. Do you see where they're going to change the rules? Using the NIT tournament next month, they're going to go to 4 10-minute quarters, getting away from the 2 halves. they're going to change the foul rule where they're going to wipe the fouls off after each quarter, and then you're going to just have 4. You're not going to shoot a one-on-one anymore on the 7th foul. This is an experimental thing, so beginning next month for the entire NIT tournament, you're going to have 4 fouls each 10-minute quarter, and then if you hit that 4th foul, you shoot 2 instead of one-on-one. One-on-one's gone, 1+. And so it's 4 10-minute quarters, no more 17 fouls, it's 14 fouls, and they're wiped off and start over after each period to speed up the game and to make sure the marquee players don't get in foul trouble that's out on the floor. Those are experiments with college basketball. And what would be your take on that, my friend?
I like the quarters because right now men's college basketball is the only game that doesn't play quarters. From Johnson City Park and Rec Pee Wee basketball to the NBA, everybody plays quarters. Even the Olympics play quarters, but men's doesn't. So that's I think that changes thing. I would really like to see the shot clock go to the 24 seconds, just like the NBA.
They're changing the shot clock too. They're going to pull it back down and use it for. I don't have it in front of me. Different possessions. It's going to go back down to 20 seconds in certain situations again to speed the game up. But the biggest thing is changing it to 4 quarters and eliminating the one-on-one to speed it up. You might automatically shoot 2. You're going to have a time limit to shoot it, and so you can keep it going and keep everybody happy campers, because everybody wants things quicker now. Quicker.
I think go to the 4 quarters, reduce the timeouts per game. I think 2 per half per team, because you've got the TV timeouts. So you're getting a timeout anyway. You're getting at least 2 timeouts during the half, maybe 3. Plus now you got 2 per half that you take with, and they don't carry over. If you don't use them in the first half, they don't carry over to the second. Then you got 2 in the second half. But the shot clock to 24 seconds, move the game up. My goodness, watching some of these college teams play, especially Virginia, they just walk the ball. And you're sitting there, and part of this is it's not just because of the quality of basketball. You're in the entertainment business. You can say what you want besides being in college. You're in the entertainment business. And watching 2 teams that just want to walk the ball up the court, that's not entertainment. And not in my book it is.
We're Don Carmichael. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet, their 10th anniversary, the celebration, and the food's out here. Mr. Brown, what you got, a burger or a barbecue? What you got over there? Ribs. You got ribs. All right, we got ribs back here, too. How about that? That's good stuff. And it's all compliments, of course, of Champion Chevrolet celebrating the 10th anniversary and halfway point of the NBA season. Let's grade them out right now. Golden State, the team to beat. Exactly.
Yes.
They're the big dog, right?
Yes. I mean, it's going to beat them they did lose a 4 out of 7 last year, but I think this year with Durant, I don't think there's a team that can beat them in a 4 out of 7 this season unless they get hit with the injury bug.
Yeah.
I mean, right this minute, no. But then you have something stupid you have last night. They threw Draymond Green out of the game. Okay, well, what if that's in Game 5 of a final or a conference final? Doing something like happened last year, doing something silly and stupid last night. But I think Durant gives them, they lose a little bit of depth, but they gain it with him playing all those minutes.
Biggest surprises so far in the NBA, of course, it's NBA weekend. They play 2 games tonight. I think it's Boston, Washington, Indiana, and the Celtics in Chicago. Everybody else is off. Then we stay off until next Thursday for the NBA All-Star Weekend this weekend in New Orleans. Biggest surprises to this point of the halfway point, biggest disappointments in the NBA season.
The biggest surprise is Washington. They have really started playing well. They've got some guy with John Wall, with Bradley Beal, with Gortat. That's a team that has, especially since the first of the year, they've really been playing well. So has Detroit been picking up a little bit. Philadelphia has picked up the pace a little bit, even though they're off the pace. Those have been the pleasant surprises. The biggest disappointment, I would think, and it's mainly because of injuries, has been the Clippers. But that's a team that if they can get everybody healthy come end of March, 1st of April, you get Chris Paul back and back to playing a lot of minutes. You get Blake Griffin healthy and playing, and you keep everybody healthy. They could make a run. They could give Golden State some troubles in the West.
A once proud franchise, the Lakers, got beat last night by 36 in Phoenix, 137-101. Dallas at the bottom of the division of the Southwest division of the Western Conference. They're struggling. Orlando's having a tough season. The Magic, they're 6 under 500. And so those are some of the teams at the bottom end of the spectrum. San Antonio, they're your division leaders right now. Celtics in the Atlantic, Washington in the Southeast, Cleveland, of course, the world champions in the Central. In the Western Conference, you got San Antonio. You got Utah in the Northwest, and as you said, the best team in the NBA right now, Golden State in the Pacific Division. So those are your top 6 teams, and all 6 of those teams are playing some pretty good basketball.
They are. Utah is real, and Utah is a little team that nobody knows about because they play out there in that hard time zone. And they're another team. They walk the ball up the court. They play a slower possession type game, but they're effective at what they do. They got a great young center in Rudy Gortat. They've got Gordon Hayward that played at Butler. That's one of the better players. And Quinn Snyder has turned into a pretty decent NBA coach. That was a guy I didn't have a whole lot of hope for when he came to the NBA, but he has turned into a pretty decent coach out in Utah.
Tomorrow we'll be at Food City in downtown Kingsport broadcasting live. Got some folks come by from Dobbins Minute. Also some folks from the Kingsport Mets will come by and talk about the K-Mets, their 2017 season. Looking forward to being in Kingsport tomorrow. Monday we'll be at Brummett Sports again in Elizabethton. And then Tuesday we'll be at American Import and Auto Repair. So we'll just keep on keeping on. We got a feature show lined up to go. I think it's the end of the month. It's going to be at Freddy's. There, the hamburger place, which is really good in front of the Food City on State of Franklin here in Johnson City. So we've got some other brand new first-timers lining up as well. So love going out and taking the show on the road. We got Carmichael here with us at Champion Chevrolet. I don't know about you, but this smell's killing me.
I know, that's what's...
And you've just been told Mr. Copenhagen to go back there and have lunch with us. So
Well, I've got to get back to the...
but you got to take something with you. You can't...
Oh, mine's already back sitting in the office.
Take something to James. You can't walk out and not take some food with you. This is smelling really good in here. All right, college basketball. March Madness coming up. Gonzaga, #1 team. Is this anybody's tournament?
It is. This is the anybody tournament of all time, I believe. I don't think there's anybody who is that much of a favorite above anybody else. I think your better conferences this year have been the ACC, the Big 12, and the Pac-12. I think that's where the majority of your at-large teams are going to come from. The Big East also has done well this year. The Big Ten and the Southeast Conference have lagged far behind, especially the Big Ten. That's been the surprise. I mean, you've got 4 teams that are probably in the tournament: Northwestern Maryland, Iowa, and somebody, I've drawn the blank. But then you've got some others that are struggling. Both Michigan schools. Indiana is struggling. Minnesota is struggling. So it's going to be a very interesting last probably 3 weeks of the season and the conference tournament coming up.
You know, Wisconsin is quietly, they are top 10 in the country, number 7. Yeah, the Badgers quietly playing, or maybe not so quietly, putting together a very, very nice season for the Badgers in Madison. We're live here again. You're ready for the quiz show. What's the topics again?
It is the Clash, the Daytona Clash coming up this weekend.
All right, next week, of course, we'll have him back in here a little closer, getting ready for the Daytona 500. But this week it's the Clash. So, Ben, if you would, please, quiz show music. And there, he's right on, man. He don't miss a trick. He's got that quiz show music, and here we go. If we get in trouble, Mr. Dietrich's around here somewhere. We may use him as a lifeline, but here we go. Question number 1 is all about NASCAR. This is going to be scary.
Okay, Ken Schrader has more Clash wins than Jimmy Johnson.
Ken Schrader's won the Clash more than Jimmy Johnson.
Yes.
I don't remember Ken Schrader even being in the Clash, so that's false.
It's true. He's won 2. Jimmy Johnson's only won 1.
Ken Schrader's won the Clash
twice, 1989, 1990. One of the few drivers that won back-to-back Clashes.
Number 2.
Johnson is the last Rick Hendrick driver to win the Clash.
Johnson's the last Rick Hendrick driver to win the Clash. Oh, let me think who's out there. Junior? Chase Elliott's Jeff Gordon. No, that's false. It's Gordon.
Your false is correct, but Junior's the last.
Junior?
Yeah.
All right.
2008.
So 1 for 2. Hit the bell. There we go. 1 for 2.
Okay.
Ben, you're the lifeline back there. I want you to help me. You're the NASCAR guy. Go ahead.
Dale Jarrett's the only person to win both the Clash and the 500 twice in the same year.
Won the Clash and the Daytona 500.
He would win
same thing both years. Both 2 events the same year.
Same year, yes. The only one that have done that.
Ben Foy, what do you think? Well, that was a great deal of confidence. I'm thinking it's going to get dark tonight again, too. I mean, come on now, help me out. Oh, he thinks it might be true. I'm going with Ben. I'm going to say it's true.
You are correct.
Way to go,
It's
Ben. Thank you, my friend.
1996 and 2000.
There you go. All right. Number 4.
Hendrick Motorsports has won the most clashes. They're the
Rick-
team that's won the most clashes.
Rick Hendricks Motorsports has won most clashes. True.
False.
Good. All right.
Childress and Gibbs,
All right.
both with A.
Should have called on Ben. All right. Number 5. Ben, this is yours. Go.
Dale Sr. has the most clash wins.
Dale Sr. has the most clash wins. Ben, boy, is that true or false? That's true?
That is correct.
See,
6.
I should've won.
Double of. There's several that Denny Hamlin, or not Denny Hamlin, Harvick, Tony Stewart, they both have won, and Dale Jarrett, they've won 3 times, and Dale Sr. won
Michael
6.
Waltrip's won twice?
Not the Clash. He's won the
Oh,
500.
you're talking about the clash.
Yeah, the Clash.
That's what this
Talking about
one
the
did.
Clash. Yeah,
You're
the
right.
Clash. We're all Clash.
We're on clashing. See, that's what messed me. I keep thinking Daytona 500, but that's no excuse. You got me. So
We'll have the 500 questions
Nah, I knew
next
that
week. Next week. Next week.
Ben, you won't be sick next Thursday. You got to be here with me next, buddy. You cannot miss next Thursday. Daytona 500 questions. Carmichael, what's going on John City Parks and Rec, my friend?
We are still taking registrations for youth soccer. That will be going on through next Sunday, the 26th. And then we're also taking registrations now for youth kickball. If it's $25 for city residents, $30 for non-city residents. If you're interested, you can go online, www.myjcparks.org, and then do registration or find that information there.
All right, tell me about kickball. I got a little one that's interested in doing kickball, so
We play ages 6 to 8 and 9 to 11.
Okay.
And it's like co-ed. In the 6 to 8 division, the coach rolls the ball.
Right.
And lets the child kick. In 9 to 11, we do have a pitcher. Everybody kicks. Everybody plays defense. We do. You don't throw it, hit them in the head or anything like. You do it kind of like the softball, baseball. You throw it to the base and get a force out, or you tag them out.
okay.
Try to do that to keep.
Use the big
keep
red
same-
ball like
use
you-
the big red kick ball.
That's cool.
We play those games and practices down at Carnegie Park, down on Unaka, corner of Unaka and Watauga there, and the children are placed by school districts, whichever Johnson City school district you live. You go to school there, or you live closest to. That's where we'll place you with the team.
By the way, been swimming at the Freedom Hall pool, indoor pool. Man, it's awesome. Proud to tell you that diving board's got some spring going off of last week, and did a can opener and the water hit the ceiling.
You
Had
were
a big splash.
just like Jimmy. I was going to say Jimmy Snook, Superfly Snookett, just coming off the top of the cage, in Madison Square Garden, from 20 feet.
Yeah.
Top.
Because I hit that water and hit the ceiling, that lifeguard went, "You just did a splash and hit the ceiling of our pool." I said, "Yes, because that's way up there." I said, "Well, that's a lot of girth in the water, too."
That's David Thompson type spring. Just like David Thompson coming down the lane on the fast break.
There you go. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah,
You are too, right?
I'm glad to be. I mean, when I don't eat, you know something's wrong.
Yeah. Please go back and get something on the way out of here. At least.
I wish I've just
right.
got to get back.
I got you.
Yes,
Sir.
sir.
All right. I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. See you next Thursday.
Your man, David Carmichael, with us again at the John City Parks and Rec. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We're going to be joined by the man himself, Andy Dietrich's in the house. As we go to the break, as promised, here is Denny Hamlin. Again, the NASCAR driver, the defending champ of the Daytona 500. Question was asked to him, how does winning the Daytona 500 change your life? It does, and Denny Hamlin has this to say about that here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
See you next Thursday.
Next Thursday?
Did you do the hockey game, or are you going to try to do a hockey game?
Oh, I had to bail. I'm going to try and go down and do the Ice Bears. How long do they play?
They play till like the end of March.
Oh, so,
I think.
yeah.
And if they're in the playoffs, it's a little bit longer than that. So,
Yeah.
see you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bubba. Glad you're feeling better. Indeed it was, and he'll be back to defend his crown again coming up again next Sunday. They'll drop the green flag at 2 o'clock for the Daytona 500. The Clash, as we talked about, is getting ready to unfold this coming Saturday night. It's going to be a big, big night. Here is who is in now the Advanced Auto Parts Clash at Daytona. In no particular order. The number 1 ride of Jamie McMurray, the McDonald's Big Mac Chevrolet. Brad Kozlowski, the number 2 ride, the SKF Ford. Austin Dillon, the Dow Chevrolet, driving the number 3 car. Kevin Harvick, and again, the number 4 Bush Beer Ford. Danica Patrick, the Tax Act Ford. She'll drive that number 10 car, of course. Denny Hamlin, the defending champ. The Daytona 500, the FedEx Express Toyota. Kyle Busch, hit the bell. Where's my man? Kyle Busch. Is the bell here? Where's the bell? Oh boy, did I leave the bell at home? It's been that kind of morning. No, it's over here. Big silver thing on the table, Tom. There you go. Kyle Busch and the M&M's Toyota. Daniel Suarez and the Aris Toyota, the number 19 car. Matt Kenseth, Interstate Batteries Toyota. Joey Logano and the Shell Pennzoil Ford, the number 22. Number 24 car, Chase Elliott, the Napa Chevrolet. The Kroger Click List Chevrolet for Chris Buescher and that number 37 ride. Kurt Busch and the Monster Energy Haas Automation Ford, driving car number 41. Kyle Larson of the Credit One Chevy. Again, Target pulling back on the sponsorship this year of Kyle Larson, so he's got the Credit One Chevrolet. Jimmy Johnson of the Lowe's Chevy, the number 48, of course. Martin Truex Jr., the 5-hour Energy Extra Strength Toyota. And Alex Bowman, driving for Junior in the Nationwide Chevrolet, the number 88 ride. That's your 17 cars in the field for Saturday night's Advanced Auto Parts Clash at Daytona International Speedway. We'll take a quick break and come right back. He's here. It's 29 before the hour. He is our man. He is our buddy. He is Andy Dietrich. He joins us coming up next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show from Champion Chevrolet on AM 790 WETB and also on Facebook Live. Yes.
You know why the light was in safety?
No. I know when I hit that diving board and I hit that water and that water come up and hit that ceiling, that lady was a lifeguard. She said, "Ooh, that's way up there." I said, "Ma'am, that's called gravity." That's what that's called. Oh, yeah. 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 I know one thing. It smells good out here. Hey, Andy. You ready?
I'm coming.
What's back there? Barbecue?
Barbecue, ribs, hot dogs, hamburgers, slaw, beans, double stack, cookie cake.
Awesome. Man, it smells good. Ribs and barbecue and hamburgers and hot dogs and all the trimmings. You know what I'm going to do at 1 o'clock? My honey's going to sit right here on this table and just sit down, plus chow down. I've been rolling since 4:30, so you have too, I guess. So it's a different kind of rolling, though. I get to do it.
My time or no? Your time? That's yours, buddy. I picked that up just for you.
Oh, you really
I don't want you to embarrass yourself anymore on
I
live.
didn't do good, did I?
No.
He laughed at me over there at Mike's. Man, oh man.
We laughed at our houses.
I gotta get this.
He's a big boy. He can handle it.
Yeah. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show at 27 before the hour. We're going to hear from Michael Smeltzer of the John City Football Club coming up here in a few minutes. I got a show down here. Put that leg up here, big guy. I want to show. You got to see Dietrich's blue suede shoes. Are they on there?
Down a little bit.
Down?
There you go.
How about that? Andy Dietrich's blue suede shoes. He's like Elvis. Looking good today for the 10th anniversary, big guy.
Had to take a bath, clean it up a little bit, get some new blue shoes.
That's too much information. Your personal hygiene is way too much information, so I'm glad you did bathe, though.
Yeah.
Hey, this is awesome. Let's go back. Give me the timeline, how this all got started. 10th anniversary. We've got, by the way, ribs, barbecue, bare bones barbecue, right?
Bare bones barbecue.
Ribs, barbecue, hamburgers, hot dogs, all the trimmings.
Slaw,
and,
beans.
And double...
double stacked cookie cake, not just regular cookie cake. Double cookie cake, then icing on top of it, then another cookie cake on top of it, and then icing on top of that.
That's good stuff there. And sitting out here in the showroom, they're cooking back here in the back. Man, it's driving me nuts. So I'm 26 minutes away from grazing here in a minute.
It's free.
I know. It's all complimentary of the 10th anniversary of Champion Chevrolet. So give us that timeline. How did it all get started with you and Tim Covenhaver? This is awesome. It's a great story.
How long do we have?
Oh, we got we got a little while. Let it rip.
No, I guess the way it just worked out is I'd always heard how great a guy Tim was and how good a manager he was for years and years and years. And I was working at another dealership, and the last 10 years prior, I'd been looking to buy a store. And I'd heard through the grapevine that this store was for sale. But it's a large store, and I was like, if I'm going to do this, I need somebody else that has experience. And Tim had run the Chevrolet Cadillac store in Kingsport for 16 years as general manager. And so I found out that this was for sale for sure. And through the grapevine, reached out to him and said, would you be interested? And then also we had in line too my wife's father, Mickey Spivey. He's the third partner here. He's retired ER doctor, ran the Indian Path ER for a number of years, and also Holston Valley ER for a number of years. But he was in the mix as well. But and Tim said yes, and he was interested, and we pursued it further, and the rest is history.
The rest is history.
It took 3 or 4 months or even maybe a little longer to complete this. And Tim and I were here a month before the February 16th date in 2007, just getting stuff ready for when the date came, just getting everything in line. So we were hidden upstairs for a year when this was still Grindstaff Chevrolet, getting things handled. But the actual first day, day one, was this date exactly 10 years ago. And been blessed ever since. It's been a roller coaster. It took off like a rocket. Tim and I we talked that first week we were in business, like, yeah, when this happens, we're gonna celebrate us buying the store. We never did. It took off.
Didn't have time.
And so I was just like, a couple months ago, I said, Tim, the 10th anniversary is coming around. I said, we need to stop a little bit and get some balloons. I've got 30 Mylar balloons here in the dealership today. We've got 6 of those double stack cookie cakes. We've got the beans, slaw, hamburgers, hot dogs, barbecue, ribs here today, and just have a celebration and just kick back. And we're still in business today. We're still selling cars. We're still working on cars, still selling parts. But just say thank you and be thankful for what we have and thankful for this community we're in. And just we're blessed to be here.
When we say every time that you do get out every month with the dealership in Memphis, is the #1 Chevy dealership in the state of Tennessee. And we've talked about this before, from the population base that Memphis works with millions of people out there, I guess, and here in Northeast Tennessee, and yet you more times not beat them as the #1 dealership. That just speaks volumes about A, what you offer in the customer service, and B, the folks here in our region understand a good deal when they see one, and they support the local dealership, which is very important.
We pride ourselves in taking care of our customers before and after the sale, and we do support a lot of local charities here in town and outside of town, and most of them are kid related because I like my wife's cancer school. They're in Disney World this week. They left Wednesday, so everybody say a little prayer for them. There's 10 students, their families and siblings. She took 53 people for free to Disney World. They don't have to use their Make-A-Wish. That she raised the money through generous help in this community for that, and they made it down on their bus trip yesterday. They left at 5 yesterday morning from the Bristol Motor Speedway and got there, I guess, between 4 and 5 last night through a lot of torrential rain. Their windshield wipers quit working on the bus. They had to stop and put Rain-X on the windshield so the rain would bounce off the emergency hatch on the roof, leaked water on them on the bus. So it was a wild trip, it sounds like, but they made it there safe and sound. They're playing in Disney today, and that's the most important thing.
That's it. They got it.
And so, but that's, I got off base there a little bit, but, just happy to be here and want us to do this many, many, many more years ahead.
What do you think separates your dealership from all the other dealerships, not only Chevrolet, but just all the other dealerships in the region and the state for that matter?
Tim, I've told the story how we came up with how do they do that. We take care of customers, but Tim and I do sit out front in the showroom. Right behind me, right here about 30 feet behind me, is my desk. I do have a desk upstairs, but I've used it maybe total 10 times in 10 years. I sit out front, and I'm the first person you see when you walk in the dealership. Same way with Tim, he sits right beside of me. So if you do have a problem, you do have a something that maybe somebody in service took good care of, and you want to come tell us about it, we're easy to find, we're accessible. That's the key. That's the secret. A lot of dealers say, oh, you can talk to the owner and this and that. But I've been in many dealerships, and I've never, ever walked in a dealership where you see the owner sitting right there in front. We're like the receptionist, the first thing you see. I guess you can tell and say I'm a receptionist. I feel like I do a little bit more than reception, but, that is the key, and we are accessible, and people like dealing with us, coming right up and talk to us about a car deal.
Speaking of, you got some this month here in February. Of course, you're moving the machines. Even on a day like today, you got folks out there on the lot walking around. It's kind of cold and blustery. It's going to warm up. It's going to be in the 60s and 70s all the way through next week, which I love. And so whether it's cold or whether it's hot, good place to come out here and again, look at vehicles and ultimately buy vehicles. I know the first day of February, you told me you sold
15. I had 15 cars on the first day.
15 on the first day, and they haven't stopped. They haven't looked back. And so tell me what's out there right now. What kind of specials you got?
We have $11,500 off on new double cab and crew cab All-Star Silverados. That's double cab and crew cab Silverado All-Star 2017 new models. I have $6,500 off on a new Equinox. $6,500. Most we had ever done in probably the last 12 months was $5,000. This is $6,500 off on a new Equinox. So it's a $26,405 MSRP with $6,500 off. Is $19,905. Also, another big deal I've got a 2016 Suburban Demo 4x4 LTZ. $13,500 off, and if you qualify 0% for 72 months. And I think we talked about that last week. So and you didn't have the interest in on that big of a purchase. You're going to save somewhere between $17,000 and $20,000. The interest you save, and then also the $13,500 we discount right off the top.
Can't beat it, folks. Again, Champion Chevrolet. Of course, I'm proud to tell you that I purchased one here back in the fall and love it. Great customer service from Ron and from Tim. And of course, your F&I guy is McCall.
Yep, Chris McCall.
Chris McCall.
And Lynn Lloyd's my other one.
Yep, and so we dealt with Chris, and again, rolled out of here with a very, very happy camper, and have been ever since. And so they sell great pre-owned vehicles. You got a whole list of those too out there too, don't you?
I have a slew of used vehicles. I've got Camrys, I've got Pilots, I've got CRVs, I've got the Ford Transit vans. I have Ford Tauruses, Subaru Foresters, Ford Fiestas, Chevrolet Tahoes. I have Jeep Wranglers. Jeep Wranglers are hot right now. I've got 2 of those things out here that are 4-wheel drives. One's a Sahara and one's an Unlimited Sport. I have Cadillac SRXs, Yukon Denali's, Chevrolet Sonics, Saturn Views, Nissan Maximas, Volvos. I've actually got a 2014 Chevrolet Cruze diesel, and that thing almost gets 50 miles per gallon. It's crazy on the highway.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
50 miles to the gallon.
It's just a car. It's not a hybrid. It's just diesel, little diesel motor and a Cruze.
Again, we're talking to our buddy Andy Dietrich. It's 18 before the hour. David Harrison came down. Of course, they listen every day up in the service department, so I'm going to rattle off these guys. And you've got the salesman over there.
Yep.
We want to pay tribute to the team, if you will. David Harrison, in no particular order, Waldo Kitzmiller, John Henley, Jimmy Smith, Adam Maiden, Joseph Taylor, Leland Bacon, John Osborne, Mike McConnell, Bob Silvers, John Miller, John Jordan, Don Bunch, Travis Duncan, Jeff Lewis, Todd Eaton, Dakota Jones, Julian Dubois, and Buddy Allier. Hope I'm saying that one right. Yep. Alyea, Allier. That's up there in the service department, and they get with it, and they do a phenomenal job. And you sell them on the front end, and the service department takes care of them in the back end,
yes,
right?
Yeah, we sell the first car, and then they sell 4, 5, and 6 after that.
There you go.
By taking care of people. We empower them to do what they have to do to take care of the customer.
And they do it well.
They do a great job.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here without them.
Yep. So your salespeople are who?
I have Tim Arnold. I have Mike Cole, my used car manager. He drives from Damascus, Virginia every day.
Wow. That's awesome.
For 10 years, driving back and forth from Damascus, Virginia. My partner, Tim Covenhaber. Charlie Birchfield is in sales. Ron Dunn, who sold you your car. Bob Bays, who's a retired state trooper. Stephanie Broadwater. Kristen Martin. Cletus Green is my Cadillac sales manager. Lim Lloyd in finance. Chris McCall in finance. Lloyd Fleener in sales. Brian Wilder in sales. Glenn Taylor, he has been with Chevrolet here in Johnson City for 53 years. So
wow.
we inherited him 10 years ago. and he's worked at all 3 Chevrolet stores that have been in existence in Johnson City. So that tells you he's been here a long time.
Wow.
Marshall Jobin sales. David Palmer is my internet manager. Jay Hayes, Tom Powers, Stephen, aka Doc Brewer, and Randy Rydell.
And then ladies back there in the back, they're up here all the time. Teresa and all the ladies that do the behind-the-scenes work to take care of you once the transaction goes into place. And then there's ladies, like a small army, that they do a fantastic job too.
We've got Angie, our cashier, and then we have June on the back parts counter. We've got Jennifer that does our tags, and we've got Teresa Spivey. We've got Teresa Bond upstairs. And we're just surrounded by a great group of individuals. I can't figure out a better way to spend my day than with these great people that work for Champion Chevrolet.
You are encouraging folks, before I let you go, to tell them to come by here. This is all complimentary of Champion Chevrolet. Tell us what we got again.
Yeah, from 12 until 6 today. I've got Travis has Bare Bones Barbecue back here. He's grilling hamburgers and hot dogs all day. Barbecue and ribs will probably go the fastest, but I have enough burgers and hot dogs to last all day, and beans and slaw. And I have enough cookie cake to last all day. So I'm not the cookie cake. I'm a cookie connoisseur, chocolate chip cookie connoisseur. So we're not going to run out of cookie cake. We do. I'll go out and buy some more. Trust me, we're not going to run out. So just celebration. We've got 30 balloons all over this place. It's festive. It's exciting. Free food today. Just we wanted to have it for everybody that wanted to come in and eat. Our customers, our employees, fans of Champion Chevrolet. Just say thank you for 10 wonderful years, 20 or 30 more to go.
He won't come over and talk. Do it. Give me one. Give me one of those Tim come-overs one time, would you please? Look in that camera and do your best Tim imitation.
Golly, if I had a stapler or something, throw it at me. But I can't do a good Tim imitation. But just, how do they do that?
You're awesome. I'm telling you.
If he comes out of that room behind us, we can maybe get him on camera. Because nobody ever sees him live.
Let's see if he comes.
Tim?
Hey, Tim. There he is.
Hey, Mr. Taylor.
Can you do it one time for me? On your
How do they do that?
There you go. He did it. We got him to do it. How'd he do that? That's awesome. Man, I love coming over. These guys are awesome. I'm so appreciative they're one of our sponsors here on the show. Yesterday we had 2,283 views, so our biggest show ever, by the way, has been right here. 6,000 back in late January, so 6,000 views on Facebook. That's all because Andy Dietrich. Show them your shoes one more time.
We'll have to get Ricky Sicky here.
Your blue suede shoes. Over, down.
There you go.
There you go.
We get Rick Spivey back on here too.
Tight little Ricky Sicky. Now look right here. Here's my man. Look in there.
Hey, how you doing?
There is another Raiders fan.
That's the Raider fan right there.
Utawa. Win, lose, or time, or Raiders till I die. Right there.
Raiders.
Sean Austin, baby, the Raiders. We have 2, and then I ran into Kenny Hawkins the other day at Food City Shopping, and he's a Raiders, so I know of 3 for sure Raiders fans in the Tri-Cities.
Can I tell you one more on Kenny?
Yes.
Since you brought up his name.
Hawkins?
Yeah, I usually play golf once a year with WJHL. They have a golf tournament. And I always ask to play with Kenny, and it's all Kenny and I have a lot of fun. And he goes, "Dang, Dietrich," he goes, "you hit that ball further than anybody I've ever seen hit it, but we never know where it's going."
It's a lunar shot.
Yeah, it's a
We don't know where it's got. It goes, but
away
there's no way.
left, away right, furthest he's ever seen, but we never know where it's going to go.
Can't ever find it either, right? You lose them?
Well, if it bounces off a car back into the fairway or something, I can usually find it.
You ain't right.
Day, though.
Tell us the website before we let you go. I know you can go back over there. What is the website, big
I
guy?
haven't eaten lunch yet.
I know.
I don't want them to eat it all before I get back there.
And in 12 minutes, you better get out of my way because I'm coming, baby. I'm 12 minutes
I'll
out.
get everything out of the way, move the cars.
I'm serious. I'm going to grub out of here before I take off.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, www.championjc.com. Schedule service appointments, look at cars to purchase, get financed, chat with our lovely people upstairs. Get, like we said before, sit in your lazy boy at home in your bathrobe and shop for a car, get finance for it, and get everything done before you walk in the door to pick it up.
That's exactly how I did mine. I got on the internet that night, scoped out what I wanted to come take a look at, came and got it the next day, thanks to Ron Dunn.
In your bathrobe, you picked it up.
That's my Raiders bathrobe, exactly. The Raiders. All right, good job. Thank you, my friend. We'll take a quick break. We'll be joined by Michael Smeltzer from the Johnson City Football Club. He joins us coming up next year live at Champion Chevrolet. Again, everything is complimentary today. Again, the ribs and barbecue and hot dogs and hamburgers. It's all just their way of saying thanks. If you're out and about, come by here and get any of this. It's complimentary till 6 o'clock tonight. Thanks to Bare Bones Barbecue. Ribs, barbecue, hot dogs, hamburgers, it's all here. Michael Smeltzer, Johnson City Football Club, joins us coming up next year. Tomorrow we'll be at Food City in downtown Kingsport. Monday we'll be at Brummett Sports in Elizabethton. And again, we'll be right back for 10 more minutes at Champion Chevrolet right after you hear this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
$10 oil changes
Oh, they going to do them?
today.
Oh, he didn't tell me that. You better make sure. I've been
Oh,
worried.
that's what we went. Yeah, $10 oil changes.
Are you sure? Because they were
$10 oil changes.
going to do it last week and they decided not to.
Today, the anniversary, $10.
All right.
You hear about that, Dave? Did you tell them?
Yeah, we put it on the air.
Told you.
Oh, okay. So it's back on.
Oh, it never was off. We just had to take it back, hold it back on it. If we had a mad rush, we could get everybody in.
So it's till what? Till 6 o'clock?
Going on.
Till how late? 6?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay. $10 oil change till 5 o'clock. Well, you know, Mr. Brown came and got his, and I thought, I didn't think they were going to do it because they were.
Yeah. We didn't get that rush like we thought we were, so it was good.
Well, he hasn't talked much about it. That's why he ain't had a rush, but that's all right. I got 9 minutes. I'll hit it as long as I can hit it for 9 minutes.
Andy, I appreciate you letting me know.
Yeah. So, man, Brady, we would have been in it this year, man. We probably beat them Brady boys.
You see Travis back there?
Derek Carr, he's the man. They got to sign him and Kalawi Mack. They got to.
They got to get Mac.
They got to. I mean, they're going to have to
They got
open up
money.
that checkbook. I got a story here. The Chargers, San Diego's wanting to build a football stadium for the Raiders.
What?
I'm not kidding you.
Where down? So they keep it in L.A.
No, keep it in San Diego. Here. You done right there. Just gonna go right to Mike Meltzer. Yeah, just do that, please. I'm sorry.
Wow. Wow. They could just rebuild that stadium that they got up there. I mean, they got everything already. Parking is there.
They Ronnie Lott had a bunch. They put some investors together, and Davis don't want to stay in Oakland. He's mad at him. He wants to go to see Vegas is dried up too. That old boy pulled out.
Yeah.
And Goldman Sachs pulled out. So, but see, about a year ago, this guy in San Antonio, the guy that owns the Spurs, he said he was going to build him a stadium in San Antonio, but I haven't heard any more about that either. So,
They never go to Texas.
but this guy's talking about building one. You said that.
Yeah,
I read that
I
in
see
San
that.
Diego. Bringing the Raiders down to San Diego.
They got some fans there too. Well, they got fans everywhere. Not America.
It's funny, the guy at Fanatics, I was talking to him at Christmas. He said since they've had a good year, he said been a lot of Raider fans coming in buying stuff
Yeah.
once they started winning.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I guess I'm officially only doing varsity this year.
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, but I like the little kids too sometimes. But I said they were making me do 8th grade. So, but varsity started at 7. Varsity started practice. At beginning it was defense. So I went to defense. Then I left and went to 8th grade. Then I came back.
Wish I was up there, but
Yeah, I know, man. We need to get you back. What can we do? What do we need to do?
I don't know. I think it's Turner's call.
I'm out here to Turner. Keep hitting him up. Keep hitting him up because I love my bus rides. Yeah,
I forgot about those, our bus rides.
yeah, the bus rides.
Because this is a great trip. I'd like to take it. We just
If you want to, just come out of that with a bumper. We've only got 6 minutes, and I'll finish it up here.
You were the only person I could see because I could do like this. The lights are right in your eyes and they're so bright. You have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, just throw a bumper and throw it back to me, and I'll finish it up here.
Snow, yeah.
When you came in and said, everybody gets together, you should have waited till then.
Yeah, everybody started looking and walking, looking out the windows.
Yeah, you should have deleted this before before you did that. Okay.
Thank you, Michael Smeltzer. Again, appreciate you, the Johnson City Football Club. Hey, I forgot to mention, it's a big deal. Till 5 o'clock tonight, you can get an oil change here. Any vehicle. You bring your vehicle here to Champion Chevrolet till 5 o'clock, get an oil change for $10. Celebrating their 10th anniversary. I know Mr. Brown came by here and got his. And so if you're out and about and you hear this in Johnson, wherever you are in the Tri-Cities, you can get here before 5 o'clock. You get an oil change back in the service department for $10 today only, one day only, to celebrate their 10th anniversary. $10 oil changes. Now, you can't beat that. Ben Foy, you can't buy the oil for $10, I don't think. So, or the filter. I mean, there's no way they can. That's a good challenge. Can you buy oil and oil filter for $10? I'd say you can't. So, today, one day only, oil changes for $10 here in the service department. So, if you're out and about, you hear the sound of my voice wherever you may be, it would be well worth it to drive up here and get an oil change on any kind of vehicle you've got for $10. So. Oh yes, till 5 o'clock. Oil changes for $10 there, and it's not just Chevrolets. It's anything you bring into here. $10 oil change here at Champion Chevrolet. And I've been meaning to say that, and I have not, and that's shame on me. That's a great deal for you, the listener. Before I get out of here, again, we'll be at Brummett Sports on Monday. The NAIA have named Milligan College Track and Field standout Hannah Seagrave the National Track Athlete of the Week for this week. She will join us Monday at Brummett Sports in Elizabethton. She has reached national qualifying marks in 3 events, including the 800. She is the defending NAIA Indoor National Champion of the 800-meter run. She'll defend her title at the upcoming national meet, which is March the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th here in Johnson City at the Mountain States Athletic Department Athletic Center, or Mountain States Athletic Center in Johnson City, or the Dome as we used to call it. Seagrave also, again, set a school record. And so Hannah Seagrave will be with us on Monday. The Mountain States Health Alliance National Track and NAIA, let me say this again. I've got all this combined. This $10 oil change flipped me out. NAIA Indoor National Championship at the Mountain States Health Alliance Athletic Center of the Dome in Johnson City. She will join us next on Monday from Brummett Sports in Elizabeth. Hello, young lady. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to Champion Chevrolet.
Thank you.
Are you hungry? We've got ribs, barbecue back in the back, hamburgers, hot dogs. Yes. So
You know Dave Hogan?
I do know Dave Hogan. He's one of the pioneers of radio in this market.
Yeah.
You apparently know him as well.
Well, he
Very
is
well.
my husband's cousin.
Husband's cousin. Yes, he is a icon, an institution for many, many
And as
years.
soon as I heard your voice, my head turned
Yes.
because your voice is somewhat similar to his.
Yes, we used to work together back
Did
in
you?
the day. Yes. And he is, yes, he was and is and was an icon in radio
Yep.
in this market.
Yep.
And he's retired, but he's still kicking around and he's still going strong.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. It was a sad thing to me when he quit, and yet at the same time, I was like,
Yeah. Happy for his family, but sad for those of us who don't get a chance to listen to him anymore.
well, I was sorry when they moved away.
Yes. So
Anyway,
we'll go back there and enjoy it. It's right around the
Okay.
corner. It's free food. It's our 10th anniversary and a big
Great.
birthday celebration.
Okay, thank you.
You're quite welcome. Before we get out of here, the Raiders, my team, the Raiders. Ben, here's an interesting story. Doug Manchester, who used to own the San Diego Union Tribune newspaper, sent a letter to NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell saying, hey, I'm ready to build a 70,000-seat stadium in Mission Valley where Qualcomm Stadium currently stands, and we're going to build it if they need it for the Oakland Raiders. How about that now? That is cool stuff. Oh, yeah. So the Raiders, who looks like they're going to go in front of all the owners on the 20 in March to try and get 23 owners to buy off on building a stadium in Las Vegas, but the money's dried up in Vegas right now. This guy says, I've got the money. If the Raiders want to come to San Diego, when the Raiders played San Diego in the regular season in San Diego, there's more Raider fans than Charger fans in the stands. So it is a big market for the Oakland Raiders. And so this guy, Doug Manchester, who's got the money, says, if you want to come, we don't have to put it to a vote. They tried to build a new stadium in downtown San Diego, put it to a vote, and the citizens of San Diego said no. And so this guy says there doesn't have to be a vote. We're just ready to do it. So stay tuned. The Raiders may be the San Diego Raiders. So the Raiders. Can't wait to see how that's going to work out. So, hey, we appreciate everybody that's been by here today. That would, of course, been Adam Grigsby, the Johnson City Cardinals, David Carmichael, the Johnson City Parks and Rec, our buddy Carmichael, also Michael Smeltzer, the Johnson City Football Club, Andy Dietrich, of course, our producer extraordinaire, Ben Foy. We're going to wrap this thing up. Again, oil changes till 5 o'clock for only $10 on any kind of vehicle here at Champion Chevrolet. And also free food here. Again, ribs and barbecue. You can stop by here. I'm fixing to eat right now here in about 18 seconds. Going to do that. Up next is Charles Stanley here on the airways. We will rejoin you tonight at 10:30 for our sportscast, and then our evening sportscast, and then tomorrow we'll rejoin you from Food City in downtown Kingsport. As always, we'll tell you, win or lose, be a good sport. Happy birthday to Champion Chevrolet. Until tomorrow, we say so long, everybody. Yeah, once we got it going. Let me sign this thing off real quick. Facebook folks, thank you again. We appreciate you again. TomTaylorSports.com. Go there and like us and share us, and you do, and we thank you so very, very much. And so we will sign off and rejoin you tonight at 10:30 on our personal Facebook page, Tom Taylor, and right back here tomorrow at Food City in downtown Kingsport at 11 o'clock. Thank you, Lindsay Jan Whittington. Thank you, dear. And Jerry Keller, thank you. And so we are gone. We'll see you tomorrow.